Hello and welcome back to the Reap and Rise Roadmap episode. I'm Dr. Catherine, your lifestyle psychiatrist and your guide on this journey to a vibrant and fruitful life. We have looked deeper into how we reflect, how we envision, and how we analyze. And today we're exploring the plan step of the Reap and Rise Roadmap. And more specifically, we'll be learning how to implement a tool that I call the Momentum Map Maker. Now, why is that important? Because too often I see women who reflect deeply, envision boldly, and analyze thoroughly, but then get stuck. They've done the dreaming, but the doing feels overwhelming. And the skill to master here is bringing the future into the present and creating a roadmap that keeps you moving forward with clarity and with joy. So, what is the Momentum Map Maker? Well, it's a 5-step tool that helps you break down your big vision into actionable steps. It stands for milestone, accountability, key priorities, execute, and routine. So let's talk through each one briefly, starting with milestones. The problem I see too often is that women set these big, exciting goals, but they forget to break them down. It's like trying to eat a whole wedding cake in one bite. It is overwhelming, isn't it? And can be discouraging. And what does that mean? It means you are left feeling stuck even though you're actually capable of progress. And the consequence of that then is that motivation drops. The vision starts to feel impossible. But when you use milestones, you create smaller, achievable markers along the way. Each milestone gives you clarity, and this is what success looks like at this stage. And with the tools like Trello, Notion, or even just your trusted journal, you can actually see that progress. And progress fuels motivation. The A is for accountability. Now, this is the one we're going to go deeper into today. But let me give you the headlines first. Accountability isn't about control, it's about connection and growth. And here's the truth, we rise faster with support. Alone, you can go fast. Together, we can go far. So hold that thought, we'll come back. The next step is key priorities. And here's the problem I see. Too many professional women are drowning in busy work. I know, I've been there. You're answering endless emails, attending back-to-back meetings, ticking boxes, but never actually moving closer to your vision. Now, why is that important to note this? Because not everything carries the same weight. The advantage of using this part of the Momentum Map Maker is that you focus on the 20% of actions that create 80% of the result. Using the tools like the Eisenhower metrics, you can pick your top 1 to 3 priorities each day. And that way, you're not just busy, you are effective. The E is for execute. Now, here's the truth. Plans don't just work unless you work the plan. And the problem I see is that women spend so much time perfecting the plan, waiting for the right moment and second guessing themselves. And the consequence of that is paralysis. But the skill to master here is action. Execution here means you actually schedule when, where, and how the work will happen. Calendar blocking, next best action list, even starting messy, it all builds confidence. Because progress, not perfection, creates the momentum that we all need. And the R is for routine, the final step. Now, what does routine mean? It means embedding your goals into daily habits so that progress becomes automatic. And too often I see women depending on motivation alone. And motivation, like the weather, it changes all the time. And the consequence of that is inconsistency. But when you build routines, habit stacking, time blocking, energy saving schedules, you anchor your goals into your life. And then suddenly, consistency isn't a struggle anymore. It becomes your lifestyle. Now, I promised that we'd go back and look at accountability, because this is where so many women either rise or stall. Let's be honest, transformation doesn't happen in isolation. Accountability is a practical expression of community. And true community means celebrating wins together, sharing burdens, and offering perspective when you feel stuck. And a strong community provides encouragement when motivation dips, and also wisdom when obstacles appear. And those obstacles will appear. So let me ask you this. Who is walking with you towards your goals? Too often I meet women who believe a false idea that if I was really strong, I should be able to do it on my own. And that sounds noble, but it's simply not true. The reality is we are wired for connection, and growth accelerates when we do it together. And trust me, I've been there, I've tested this numerous times. And why is it important to stay connected? Because if you keep believing that false story, you stay isolated and progress will feel harder than it needs to be. The true belief here is this: accountability isn't weakness, it is wisdom. Let me illustrate with this story about Brenda. Before I worked with Brenda, she had just moved to a new country for work. She was ambitious and talented, but she became socially isolated. She tried to go it alone, thinking she just needed to push a little bit harder. But the truth, she was exhausted, overwhelmed, and beginning to doubt herself. Then when we introduced the momentum map maker, especially the accountability step, she found a small group of women who met bi-weekly to check in, share progress, and also offer encouragement. At first she thought, I don't need this. I should be able to manage by myself. But when she discovered that the group gave her perspective, reminded her of her strength, and celebrated each small milestones, she felt brilliant. After I worked with her, Brenda didn't just adapt to her new environment. She flourished. She built deep friendships, advanced in her career, and most importantly, found joy again. Her first belief was, I have to do it alone. The new belief she embraced was, I rise higher when I rise with others. And I want you to write this down. I think it's really important. I rise higher when I rise with others. So how do you do this? How do you rise with others? Well, here's your step for this week. Commit to one accountability partner or a small group this week. It could be a colleague, a friend, a mastermind circle, just someone who will check in with you and cheer you on and then walk alongside you, and you do the same for them. Because remember, transformation doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in community. So today we've looked at the momentum map maker: milestones, accountability, key priorities, execute, and routine. And we've dived deeper into the power of accountability and community. Now let me ask you again, who is walking with you towards your goals? Take that step today. Choose your accountability partner, because alone you can go fast, but together you can go far. And let me take this opportunity to invite you to join the Reaping Women community, where you can walk with other professional women just like you, so that together we can rise higher and go further. And perhaps you want to first start with the life audit to help you see where you're at. Book a reflective and holistic session today. All the information is in the show notes. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining in today's episode of the Reap and Rise Roadmap. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend, because maybe she needs her momentum map too. And until next time, keep rising, keep thriving, and keep creating your vibrant and fruitful life.